Yo, what is up, Travels with Buddy Nation? All right. We are heading through Northampton, Massachusetts. It's about 9 o'clock at night. Just happen to be in the area. And I'm just gonna drive through. A lot of people, there's a lot of sights to see, people might want to see. I just took Buddy on a very short hike up in the mountains, where I usually take them. And we weren't hiking very long at all. There were so many mosquitoes. As soon as I got out of the car, we went in the trail, and it was like, whoa, just bombarded. I hiked for about 5 minutes, and I turned around, and I must have got bitten at least a dozen times. So I was like, nope, we're not going to do that. I should have brought some off spray or something, because I haven't been up there. It's been about a year since I've been up that way, up in the mountain, and took Buddy for a hike on the trail. And it's like woods in it, but it's like, they're like horse trails. But because of all the rain that we've had, there was just so many mosquitoes. I mean, they were just biting me everywhere. And I was like, no. But the parking lot was pretty full, though. I think I taped it earlier when I was going in, and there was still quite a few people there. I don't know how they can bear it with all the mosquitoes. Unless they really sprayed themselves down with that off spray. Or some kind of repellent, which I didn't have any. I just which was kind of probably a bad idea on my part. But I would like to climb that mountain that I showed in the last video. It's in Massachusetts, in Granby, Massachusetts. It's actually where it was. That's where we went for a hike. And but maybe I'll try it again in a few weeks. But if I do, I'm definitely going to bring some spray, some repellent spray for the mosquitoes, because I could not last. It was just way too many mosquitoes, way too many. And this is downtown Northampton, by the way, that I'm driving through. This is supposed to be like the hot spot for the pothead, liberal, whatever you want to call. But I come through here. I just want to come through here because I was in the air. I wasn't too far from where I went for the hike. So I said, well, since we didn't go for the hike, we'll drive through here and I'll video. And I'll tell you, this place, you know, if you're from a different state or whatever and you hear about Northampton and how it's like a really huge college party town, you'd be very disappointed coming through here, because this is downtown Northampton right here, and it's Memorial Day evening, and it's the same thing if you come through here like on a Friday. It might be a little busier, but it's really a dead zone. It's not much to see. You know, there's a few restaurants, but it's not really a place where it doesn't live up to its hype, put it that way. This is about as thickly settled in Northampton as you'll get. This is smack downtown Northampton, and this is Memorial Day evening at 9 o'clock at night. This is, you know, I came through here about 2 years ago on the 4th of July, and when I was planning to go to Maine, I didn't go to Maine. I came through here. It was about 2 years ago, and it was thinking that there was going to be something, you know. It was just as dead. I mean, there was just nothing going on. It's not, if you, like I say, if you came through here thinking that this is some great party town, you'd probably be pretty disappointed. Not to say that, I mean, there isn't parties here and there isn't, you know, decent clubs or whatever, I guess. But I just, I haven't seen it, you know. Like I say, this is the heart of downtown Northampton right here. This is it. It's dead. I mean, I think a lot of people are going to MGM in Springfield probably. Now that's a hopping spot. I go through there quite often while I'm driving the truck on my route, and I see the traffic. I mean, it's like New York City, you know. I mean, it's bumper to bumper. There's people. I mean, it's alive. This place here is dead. It's dead. Northampton does not live up to its hype. I mean, at all. It's just, you know, it's probably a nice town for the people that live here. Years ago, I used to deliver oxygen, and this was one of the towns I delivered oxygen to quite a few patients to. And it's like an old country town, you know. The people that live here and own homes here, they're kind of like really old school kind of people. There's probably a lot of potheads that come here, and it is a liberal town. I mean, I think this was probably the first town up in this part of Massachusetts that opened up the marijuana stores, or whatever they call them. But other than that, I mean, it's really quiet. There's not much going on. I mean, it's not a party town by no stretch of the imagination. But I mean, you know, I mean, it's a nice ride. I come through here once in a great while, maybe a couple times a year. There's a nice trail where you can take your dog, or if you're into biking, there's a long trail that goes from Northampton to Hadley, and it's not a bad trail. But other than that, I mean, and there's malls, and there's coffee, there's Starbucks and stuff like that. But other than, it's just kind of a quiet town. I mean, it does not live up to its hype. As you can see, we just drove through the deepest part of downtown Northampton at 9 o'clock at night on Memorial Day, and that was all that was going on. And I guarantee you, if you drove through there on a Friday at 9 o'clock, it might be a tiny bit busier. And that's Northampton. I mean, it doesn't live up to its hype. But anyways, that's all I got to say. Everybody have a great evening and have a great Memorial Day, and peace out.